Have you ever had a time in life where the weight of the world, the pressure of the world was pressing on your shoulders so much, there didn't seem to be a way forward? The proverbial light at the end of the tunnel was shrinking so small it was like a pin light, sometimes disappearing. In this world, life will bring you tough times, difficult times. It's just the way life is. It can be a relationship that's going bad, a health issue that can't be solved, or a financial hole that's so deep there doesn't seem to be a ladder tall enough to get to the surface. I know a thing or two about tough times. I want to share one of those with you today. In 1993, I'm 37 years old. The company I work with just sold. I was out of a job, unemployed for the first time in my life. After 2 weeks, I took a job with a company called A.G. Edwards & Sons, a financial consulting firm that sold stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and insurance products. After 4 months of training, I acquired my licenses, passed all my tests. In October of 93, I started production to build myself an empire. After 30 days, I had sold exactly nothing. After 60 days, I had sold exactly next to nothing. And now we're going to December. The Westervelt family was getting very skinny. My wife, my 4 young boys, 3 to 11, we were eating macaroni and cheese 3 nights a week. On special nights, we'd add olives and tuna. My one son came in the kitchen one day laughing, my oldest son, Eric. I said, Eric, what are you laughing at? He goes, Nate told me a joke. He was my 5-year-old. Well, tell me the joke. He said this, Eric, come here, look at me. When I stand still and stand straight up and stick out my tongue, I'm so skinny, I look like a zipper. It was tough financial times for us. In fact, I'm a financial advisor. 2 days before that, I went to the bank, got a cashier's check, took it down to PG&E to pay my electric bill 2 hours before they were going to shut it off. December's going. Same thing's happening. Now I'm panicky. I drive to Long Beach to meet with a friend of my dad's who he said was the smartest man he'd ever known. His name was Mr. West. He ran a large insurance agency, very successful man. He was 70 years of age. He gave me this advice. David, you got to talk to 5,000 people a month. Do the math. What is that per day? Don't go home till you talk to those many people. All right, I got that. Then he says this, David, don't ever quit. Keep fighting, make those calls, don't go home, just keep fighting. And then he said the most profound thing to me. David, time will pass. Circumstances will change. You're going to be okay. I don't know why, but driving home to Long Beach to Bakersfield, that was so motivating and inspiring to me. Christmas is coming. I'm still not being successful. Nothing's happening. I'm broke as a joke. It was very, very difficult time. You know, I knew I wasn't the sharpest knife in the drawer. I knew that. I'm the butter knife. I can cut bread. It's going to take me a long time. It's going to be messy. But I knew I could do this job. I also knew I had 1 to 2 weeks left before A, I was going to get fired, or B, I was going to have to quit and go make burritos at Taco Bell to feed my family. And then it happened. On a Friday night in January, 7 o'clock at night, I'm about ready to turn the lights off to go home, and a man walks in the front door and says this, excuse me, are you open? Yes, I am. We sat in my office for 30 minutes. He had to go to a business meeting. We agreed to meet the next day, Saturday, at 8:30. We met at 8:30. We talked for 3 hours. Then he says this, David, I like you. You're a smart guy. I want to make these investments we talked about. Whew. All right. He reaches in, takes out his checkbook, sits on touch writing the check. I can't see the check. I don't care. It's a check. He hands me a check, and we're both holding the check. I'm not going to let go. He says, David, let's start with this. I'll add money later. Let's see how it goes. I took the check, and I looked at it. That check, $400,000. And man, I'd met 18 hours earlier. I was so happy. I went home. I told my wife, we hugged each other. We're going to celebrate today. No, we're not adding tuna to the macaroni and cheese. Load up the kids. We're going to the happy place. McDonald's. Order up. We even got 6 apple pies. This was fantastic news. That transaction paid my bills for 2 months. Gave me some breathing room. And I kept working every day, making those calls harder and harder. And that light at the end of the tunnel was so dim. Began to grow slowly at first, larger and larger. Soon, that financial burden that was so heavy moved behind me and became part of my past. Let me leave you with this. Life's going to bring you hard times. It's just the way life is. When that happens, let me share with you 2 things you might consider. Find somebody that's full of wisdom, a smart person, and lay it all out on the table, the good, the bad, everything there. Contemplate what they say. Integrate those things that make sense to you. Secondly, as Mr. West says, never, ever, ever give up. Keep fighting, keep fighting, keep fighting. That relationship, make it better. That health issue, keep fighting that health issue. That mountain of debt, it can be conquered. Keep fighting. Because you know why? Time will pass. Circumstances will change. And that light that looks so little will start to grow sooner and bigger and bigger. Soon, that which seems so unbearable will be behind you and will be part of your past. Thank you.